Hey guys, it's Roscoe, and on the Space Couch today, Faraday Future still lives. Now, we've done several videos on that car company over the last couple of years, and it certainly was one that was very, very interesting. But obviously at CES 2017 last year, they came out with the FF01 that kind of looked like a Formula 1 racing car, and it was a big disappointment, and they've struggled a lot since then. They were hemorrhaging money, hemorrhaging key staff, all that sort of thing. Yu Tang, the guy in charge, had a lot of problems back in China with his own finances. And basically it looked like they were done, and it was a shame because they were quite promising. However, last year they got a new investment of $2 billion from Season Smart, which is a British Virgin Islands vehicle, shall we say, one of those very secretive companies. They then sold their stake, which equated to 45% of Faraday, to Evergrande Healthy Investments Group, which is part of Evergrande in Hong Kong, a big company. And all of the patents have all been transferred over to the various new owners. Now, given the current, shall we say, atmosphere regarding trade between the US and China, it took a while for that deal to be approved by the Committee on Foreign Investment of the Treasury Department, but it has been cleared, and so they are now 45% owners of Faraday Future, and they're going ahead with their production plans. Now, this $2 billion financing round that they've gotten, apparently they've already gotten about 800 million or so of it, and the rest is going to be dispersed in two instalments, 600 million on 31st of December 2019, and the final 600 million 31st December 2020. So they are going ahead, supposedly, with their production plans at their factory in, I think it's Hanford in California. They were going to build that big one out in Las Vegas in Nevada, but when all their financial problems started to occur, that just fell by the wayside, and that deal is not going ahead for the time being, certainly. They're also going to have a manufacturing centre in China, in Guangzhou I think it was, but I'm not certain. And obviously that's for the different markets, the US market and the Chinese market. So it does look like they're moving ahead. They are refurbishing their California factory at the moment. Apparently it used to be, I think, a Pirelli tyre factory, I'm not sure. So that will mean they'll have to be ordering plant machinery and robots and all sorts of tools and paint shop type of stuff, which they will have to do if they're actually going to build a car. You could track Tesla sometimes in its progress by what machinery and plant they had ordered in order to cope with production volumes. But yes, very interesting. I'm very happy to see that Faraday look to be back on their feet. We'll see if it lasts. Obviously, when it comes to the car business, $2 billion is a drop in the bucket. It's the minimum amounts needed, I would say, to start off. Now, let's just familiarise ourselves with what the FF91, which is the SUV type car they're hoping to manufacture, actually looks like. I've got a picture of it here. And they were going to be, what, $300,000? Or something like that. So it will look something like this. You know, this was just like a model. So prototype, concept is the word I'm looking for, sorry. So we shall see if it does end up bearing a resemblance to that. But yes, it's alive. Faraday Future, back from the dead. So yes, that's great news. I'm not sure when they're supposed to be rolling these cars out. I think that towards the back end of this year, maybe next year. That would mean they'd have to do a lot of work very fast on those factories to actually physically start being able to produce cars, not to mentioning sourcing lithium supplies for batteries, all that sort of stuff, unless you're just going to buy them from someone rather than develop their own. I guess that all remains to be seen, but they were touting some pretty impressive cutting-edge tech previously for LiDAR and facial recognition technology. Don't know what's happening with that. That's the sort of thing they might just cut right back down to, I guess, the basics, as it were, to get these cars out, rather than running up loads and loads of costs trying to develop technology that might not be ready for a while. But yes, Faraday Future, I do hope they make it, because the video I did on that, I'm not sure if it was the first of my videos to reach 1,000 views, but it certainly was one of them. So it does have a sentimental soft spot for me, that company, given the growth of the channel since then. And I do wish them all the best, because the more electric cars there are, the better. And so we do hope that Faraday do manage to start producing the FF91 and other models in the future. But for now, guys, I thought I'd just let you know that they are back from the dead for now. Please subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed this content. Leave me a comment or a suggestion of upcoming topic you'd like to see discussed, or like the video.